Morning, guys. We'll just sit in meditation for just a couple of minutes and then we'll listen to the talk.
Today, we have assembled here to celebrate the Sahasrara Day, which was opened in 1970 on this date. I find this beautiful canopy is life, our Sahasrara. And so very apt to have this beautiful arrangement for Sahasrara Day. We have to understand what happens when the Sahasrara opens. When the Kundalini passes through the 5 centers, it enters into the area which we call as limbic area. This area is all surrounded by 1,000 nerves. And when these nerves get enlightened, they look like flames of or colors, 7 colors, and very mildly, beautifully shining, emitting peace. But when the Kundalini starts emitting its vibration on the sides, all these nerves get enlightened gradually and start moving on all directions, opening the Sahasrara. And then the Kundalini, what's this noise about? Emerges out through the fontanelle bone area, which we call as Brahma Randra. Randra means the whole, and the Brahma is the all-pervading power of God's love. So it enters into the subtle energy which is all-pervading, which we do not feel normally. But then the Chaitanya, the vibrations which are the part and parcel of this energy, all-pervading power, the Parama Chaitanya, they start entering into our brain and showering their blessings in the limbic area they assemble. Now the limbic area is connected to all the area of the brain and also to the nerves. So it starts flowing onto the nerves, giving you the new awareness of collective consciousness called as Samuhik Chetana. So you get a new Chetana, a new awareness, which is showered upon your limbic area. The working of these Chaitanya waves is very interesting. They are normally formed like small commas, but then they go into different forms. They make themselves into swastikas as the 4-limbed symbol of innocence, or they become the Omkara, as you know how Om is written, which is the symbol of our doing, our awareness. So when they form the swastika, they try to nourish the left side, and when they form the Omkara, they nourish the right side. Left and right sympathetic nervous system, they nourish. But Sahasrara is to be kept open is rather difficult for people. Because it's a vicious circle. First, these vibrations should enter into your brain through the Brahmarandra when it is opened out, and they should nourish your nerves by which your left and right side open out, and so more Chaitanya can flow down all these centers. But if your Sahasrara is not properly opened, this process doesn't take place. As a result of that, the chakras don't open, the Kundalini only as very few strands is kept in the spinal cord, and the new strands cannot rise because your chakras are not open. So in Sahaja Yoga, it is very important to keep your Sahasrara open. Otherwise, there's a vicious circle. To keep the Sahasrara open is in a way very easy as well as difficult. As you have known in the Devi Mahatmya, that at Sahasrare, Mahamaya comes. She is a Mahamaya. Not easy to recognize her, not easy to know her. She lives just like you, she moves just like you, and you can never make out her real nature. She is in the form of Mahamaya. So at the Sahasrara, to recognize the Mahamaya is another vicious circle. You may say that why should it be Mahamaya? Should have been better as starkingly some other form. But any other form could not have worked out Sahaja Yoga in modern times. Because people would have been frightened and upset. And they would never have taken to Sahaja Yoga because they had no discretion already within them to know what is right, what is wrong. That is why it had to be in the Mahamaya form. Now, in the Mahamaya form, you have to recognize. This is another test. Because Mahamaya you cannot recognize, while you have to recognize. But in Sahaja Yoga you have seen so many photographs which should convince you people mentally about this Mahamaya Swarupa. You can see mentally, you can understand there's something very different. Even when I came to Napoleon, the policemen and everybody was given a photograph, and they all recognized that there's something very different. They all wanted to shake hands with me. This is one way. Another way is that you start seeing the blessings and you start seeing how you...
Okay, I'll leave it there for now. have a good day, everyone, and I'll post the talk link later on. Thank you. Bye.